That's one side quest out of the way. So let's see what's next. Oh, actually, I wanted to just go back to this building. We did get a bunch of new decorations, so we might as well give them to everyone. Might get some extra scenes as well. Not too shabby. New decoration was added to Randy's room. While at the SSS building, Lloyd and the others decided to take a break from their duties. After a cursory check-in with the CPD's headquarters, they each retired to their respective rooms to rest. Hey Randy, can I come in? Yeah, go for it. What's up? Time to roll out? In a bit. HQ didn't need anything else in particular from us today. Don't tell me you've been drinking in here. Be honest with me, Randy. Nah, I wouldn't dare. Those are just for show. Those on the table are just for show. Now what are we waiting for? Let's head on out. Unbelievable. Still, even though I give him a hard time, I know Randy's responsible when it comes to this sort of thing. They'll probably be fine. Hey, you added more stuff to the place. Is that a surfboard up there? People usually get a lot more use out of them over by the coast, though. You can catch some waves on Lake Elm, though, so it's not a total waste. Turns out lake surfing ain't too bad. Is that a thing? Do lakes get enough of a, tide? I didn't know you were into that sort of thing, Randy. And this thing here, what are these called again? I can't think of any lake that's just a lake and gets waves. Unless it's connected to the ocean? I'm like so confused right now. And this thing here, what are these called again? I think I saw one in a magazine once. That, my friend, is a jukebox. Plop in a 10 coin and it'll play whatever music suits your fancy. You're more likely to find one in some back alley dive than in an upscale bar, though. Do you still have to pay for it even when you buy one for your room? I guess so. You probably have the key to just take them out, though. This is pretty nice. It almost makes me feel nostalgic in a way. Yeah, I haven't really seen them anywhere around Crossbow though. They're pretty popular out in the sticks, where there's not much to pass the time with. I see. Did they have jukeboxes at the bars you used to visit? They sure did. And now he's getting nostalgic. Randy? Or melancholic, rather. Not just nostalgic. It's nothing. So anyway, are we heading out, or what? Mademoiselle and the others are probably waiting for us. Yeah, let's go. Completed Randy's decoration collection. I guess we already did Wassi's. Oh, hi, Sergey. Just got back from the hospital myself. We're still procrastinating. We should have something for Ellie and Tio, right? Does this look alright? A new decoration was added to Ellie's room. While at the SSS building, Lloyd and the others decided to take a break from their duties. Any chance to ship these two? Are we gonna get a chance to do it right now? Looks like she's just taking a rest. May I come in, Ellie? Lloyd? Yes, you may. Is it time for us to leave soon? Just about. HQ didn't need anything else in particular from us today. Honestly, when I'm in my room and I don't have my computer, it's like I just need to do something. I'll get either my phone or a book or something. I can't imagine just sitting in like a chair in the living room just not doing anything, just sitting calmly like this. Maybe I'll just throw myself in a couch or a chair and just try to pass out and fall asleep, but just sitting, not doing anything, relaxing, that's I feel like I need a fishing rod or something to zone out that much. So you've added some new decor. It all kind of happened on its own, really. I'd been trying to cut down on clutter by taking my old books and such with me on my trips home, too. Still, it is way more put together than my place. Sure, you may have more stuff, but it perfectly complements your room. Is that a music box? Yes, it is. It's a Reveld company brand antique I found at Imelda's shop. You found it at Imelda's shop? Okay. The tune it plays brought up so many old memories that I purchased it right then and there. Would you like to listen for a bit? Sure, I can't say I'm not curious. It's funny that both Randy and Elise have little songs. She might have been listening to it before we came in. Or maybe not, it was closed. It's such a nice, soothing tone. I wonder if that's a song from a previous game or if they just put it up here now. Doesn't it? The Reveld company is better known as an Erebonia-based instrument manufacturer, but their music boxes are quite popular as well. I had a smaller one that played the exact same song when I was a little girl. Brought it with me while studying abroad, only to end up losing it. Oh, that sucks. Could it have been a memento from our parents? I'd given up on replacing it, since they were no longer in production, so I was practically beside myself when I found out Imelda had one in stock. I can only imagine. You never really know what you might find in there, huh? So I've discovered. Now then, shall we leave, Lloyd? Sounds good. Completed Ellie's decoration collection. That's actually cute. Have you guys ever owned a music box? They're really cute. I didn't own one per se, but my parents did. I remember it was always in the room, and my mom used to keep some of her jewelry in it, like I had a little box for it. But when you opened it, there was to the side this little statuette of like a ballerina dancer that was magnetized, right? And when you open it up and put it on the, it had a little magnet at the top where you could plop down the ballerina, wind it up, and then once the music started playing, it would actually move the player around and it would be magnetized, so the ballerina would just sort of spin and dance along the little box. It was really cute. I haven't like seen another like that ever since. I kind of like think about it like I'm feeling a bit nostalgic myself, I guess. Completed Ellie's decoration collection. I have no idea what happened to it either. Like, we only had it like in a house where we lived when I was under 10 years old, I think. We moved a couple places afterwards, but I don't remember them bringing it out ever since. Might have been stuck in storage forever. I might have to ask her about it, honestly. This spot looks good. A new decoration was added to Noel's room. While at the SSS building, Lloyd and the others decided to take a break from their duties. After a cursory check-in with CPD headquarters, they each retired to their respective rooms to rest. I think that just about does it. Do you have a minute, Noel? We need to talk about your performance review. As a trainee in the SSS, we've noted that you never let anyone else drive the car. Is it time to go? Just about. HQ didn't need anything else in particular from us today. What's he complain about you threatening to shoot him if you ever took the wheel? Everyone's still getting ready though, so don't feel like you have to rush. What were you writing over there? Official paperwork? That's just one of my duties as a temporary transfer. Oh, I was making a joke. I didn't realize she actually had to do that. I have to send Commander Bales a report each week. Well, keep up the good work. Man, having to do that kind of stuff sucks. I had to do something similar for like immigration papers while working under a specific visa. I don't have to do that anymore, but the immigration situation is still a mess. Seems your room isn't as bare bones anymore, huh? You've got a bike here now, and that's a pair of racing flags on the wall. Oh, you recognize them? Sure, I did live in Calvard for 2 years. Now that I think about it, I saw a lot more bicycles there than I do here. As for the flags, they have orbital car races over there too, don't they? Sorry, my nose itches a lot right now. My late father was especially fond of those, actually. When I was a kid, he bought us some train tickets and took me on a trip to see a race. He was always busy with the CGF, so we only ever went that one time. I see. So is he the reason why you love cars so much? I'm that obvious, huh? I'd love to watch another race next time I get a vacation off work. No telling when that will be, though, if ever. I hear you there. But I get the sense she'd rather be behind the wheel. Changing the subject a bit. If there are any bicycle models you'd recommend, I'd love to hear about them sometime. Oh? Back when I lived in Calvard, I had this friend who was something of a biker. It definitely stoked some interest in me. I was thinking we could go for a ride together on one of our days off. What do you say? That sounds great! Bikes do a lot more than just get you from point A to point B. They're good for a workout, handy in a pinch, and most importantly, fun to ride. I'll bring you a catalog from my house next time. Thanks, I appreciate it. And now for bikes. I was actually one of my last friends, or at least not exactly friends, but rather like schoolmates that learned to ride a bike, one of the last ones. And I just got pissed off one day. It's like, everyone knows how to ride a bike. Like, I'm like 7 years old or 8. Except for me. And what I ended up doing was I took off the training wheels from my bike, and we had this little ramp going down near my place. It was like inside a parking lot, sort of. So there was a gate there that was closed most of the time. So I just went in, and what I did was I would just drive my bike straight down the incline and crash into the gate, just trying to maintain my balance. And sometimes I like throw myself first, so that I wouldn't just crash. And I have no idea how I didn't break any bones at any point doing that, but that's how I learned how to ride a bike and actually keep my balance, and then just ride normally afterwards. Just going up and down the slope, mostly down for the most part, on the bike. It took me a while to actually get to the point where I could just pedal up. So afterwards, I didn't really use bikes all that often. Like, sometimes I would go out with my dad or with some friend if they wanted, or sometimes I'll go visit some family, and some of them are very like sporty and they like to work out. Sometimes they'll just invite me to just borrow one of their bikes and just go with them. But I don't own one right now, so it's actually been a while since I rode one. But this brought to mind, every time a bike comes up in a video game, I'm like, oh yeah, that was the thing I did. If I try to do it now, I'd probably just come out of it with a couple broken bones. Okay, so the quest should be, the one we're interested in, should be Stranger Danger in Armorica Village. Let's send it over there. I think I remember this one from when I played last time. For a second I thought, oh, I can just teleport there. Been playing too much of the other game. Garage. I can technically teleport there, I just need to jump some extra hoops. Where is this? Armorica Village. Sorry, let me just take a look at this real quick. Just making sure that there aren't any extra things that I need to do. Okay, looks like this quest doesn't have any optional points, so let's just handle it however it ends up working out. Just what does my fool of a son think he's doing? It's concerning. Yes, I believe there's a possibility has been... Hello, Chief Tolta. You called for the special support section? It's like we all just walked into their room and they didn't notice until we announced our presence. There you all are. I've been waiting. I take it you've seen the request. Thank you for coming. Sure thing. Why are you here, though, Mr. Hayworth? Or rather, why are you here, though? As it so happens, he has a stake in this particular problem as well. After talking things over, Chief Tolta and I decided it would be prudent of us to consult with the SSS. Considering the circumstances, we thought the situation called for a professional investigation. If that's the case, this must be a serious issue. I recall the description mentioning that this had to do with your son, correct? Yes, it's a very complicated matter. I believe he alluded to this in some side conversations earlier in the game. I can brief you on all the details if you're ready to accept the request. It's now a good time. We're ready to help. We're ready to help, Chief Tolta. Tell us everything we need to know. Thank you, SSS. I'm in your debt once again. As for what's going on, my son Derek has been acting strangely recently. I get the sense he has some kind of sinister plan in the works. Sinister? Why's it gotta be sinister? I don't know the details yet. As a matter of fact, I don't know what's going through that boy's head at all. You see, not long ago, Derek told Harold that Armorica Village would no longer be doing business with him. Why'd he do that? Haven't you always been on excellent terms with the village, Mr. Hayworth? Yes, I've done my best to be kind to the people here ever since we started doing business. I came to see Chief Tolta today because I was afraid there had been some kind of misunderstanding. And let me guess, the chief here was just as out of the loop as you were. Am I right? Yes, you are. We never intended this. Losing a customer in him would have been a grave loss for a village. I'm sure my son is fully aware of that as well. This is strange. What reason could Derek have to go over your head and make a decision like that so rashly? That's exactly what Harold and I have been discussing. In doing so, a certain questionable individual came to mind. Derek has been meeting with a dirty foreigner from out of state. A foreigner? We don't have very many details on him for the moment. All we know is that he and Derek have been talking behind closed doors. Very, very suspicious. Quite right. As such, my request to you is to investigate this foreigner for us. If he truly is plotting some sort of nefarious foreigner scheme, we need to put a stop to it at once. I apologize if this comes off as rude, but is something like this truly worth submitting a support request for? Surely the logical approach would be to simply speak with your son yourself. That's not... okay. I'm embarrassed to say so, but the young lady is correct. However, we don't talk to each other. We're in bad terms. We've been at odds for a long time. I've tried to confront him about this, but I could never get an answer out of him. As his father, it pains me to admit that. No wonder you decided to consult us. That brings us up to speed. We'll begin investigating immediately. I was thinking we could start by interviewing each of the villagers. Feel free to do so. Incidentally, Derek and Elkin are delivering produce to the city right now. You may be better off speaking with them last. Thank you for looking into this, SSS. We'll do everything we can, Mr. Hayworth. Stranger danger. Foreigner danger. Okay, so I guess we just need to talk to everyone then. Foreign guy who's been coming to the village gave us candy. I thought he'd yell at us for getting his clothes dirty, but he didn't. Man, it's a good thing nice people like him exist. Mom still spanked me though. He looks suspicious. He's hiding something. His butt was all red like an apple. No, I think we need to talk to specific people, rather. Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. That foreigner's got a keen eye, I can tell you that much. What do you mean by that? Well, they must become infatuated with our honey. He was raving about it being a surefire hit that he could sell across the entire continent. Sell across the entire continent? Is he a trader or something? That seems likely. With a discerning taste like that, I'm sure he's already made a name for himself. I'd be thrilled if my grandson were to follow his example. Is that so? Well, now we know the dude is some kind of merchant. Good to know. Thank you for your help. No problem. Feel free to come back anytime. I was discussing ghost stories. Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Lloyd asked about the foreigner who's been visiting our Morika village recently. Oh, the man who's been staying here on and off? He's pleasant enough to be around, very polite at that. Polite, huh? Would you happen to know this man's name? Let me think. I believe it was Minith. Or at least that's what he wrote in the guest registry. Minith. At least we have a name to work with now. What kind of name is that? Can you tell us anything else about him? He wasn't too chatty, so there's nothing much to tell. He did call Derek up to his room a couple times to speak about something or other. That's pretty much all I know. Sounds like the secret meetings Chief told us about, or has been worrying over. I'm trying to paraphrase, I'm just making the sentences longer sometimes. Yeah, not the most game-changing information. Thank you for your help. Not a problem. I'm happy to be of service. But if you really want to thank me, why don't you order some food while you're here? If you really want to thank me, why don't you pay me? Where else? Speak to me. Excuse me, I have a few questions for you. Lloyd asked about the foreigner. Oh, him? If I had described the man, I might say considerate. Considerate? Can you elaborate? Once he was passing by the children as they were playing, and they accidentally got his clothes dirty. Rather than raise a fuss, he paid it no mind. Sorry, I feel like I said that really weirdly. In fact, he even gave them some candy. I didn't decide whether to thank him or compliment. I didn't decide whether to thank, compliment, or apologize to him. He had me speechless. Interesting. Well, thanks for your time. And then I spanked my son. Right in front of him. Okay, we have more info to go off of, now that we've spoken to the villagers. This man is named Minith, and he's believed to be a foreign merchant. He's supposedly a kind man as well. The type that's courteous, patient, and caring with kids. On the other hand, we don't know why he's here in the first place, and that's suspicious in and of itself. You make a good point. We never did learn a motive. The biggest thing that stands out is him talking with the village's chief's son in secret. That doesn't pass the smell test. I'm inclined to agree. It's incongruent with everything else we heard. I said we should follow up on that. Wait, look over by the entrance. That's Elkin, the one who went with Derek into the city. He must have just gotten back. Let's go speak with him. Elkin's the one that speaks with a southern accent, right? Though I guess this line isn't voiced, and I can't actually do the accent to save my life. We've got a couple things we'd like to ask you. What can I do for you? What can I do you for, stranger? Wait, no, that's not it. Let me guess, you came to ask about my shiny new orbital truck here? No, sorry to disappoint. Oh, really? It's the Vern Company's latest model. Minith gave it to me for real cheap. Hold on a moment. By Minith, you mean the foreigner who's been visiting the village recently? Just how cheap are we talking here? Get this. I got it for the low price of just 100,000. Wait, what? 50,000 Mira. I cannot read numbers. Only 50,000? What I wouldn't give to be that lucky just once. Does the goddess have it in for me or something? DC Noel, I can see you turning green as your hat. Moving past Noel's mechanophilia, the average market value of a new truck should be nearly 100,000. What? Wait, what? What? 500,000. Why? I'm adding zeros all over the place. The average market value of a new truck should be nearly 500,000 Mira, which makes the amount he paid exorbitantly low. That would be a 90% discount. It sounds more like a charity than a bargain. Well, he said the price cut was so we could make our work easier without breaking our budget. He and Derek have been working some sort of plan. I guess it's coming along. That minute, I tell you, my hat's off to him. Plan? Shoot. Derek said I'm not supposed to talk about it. Pretend you didn't hear that. Anyway, this minute's guy's the real deal. Wait a minute. Did you come back alone, Elkin? Chief Tolta said you and Derek went to the city together to deliver produce. We did, but Derek told me he'd catch a bus back to the village later. He said he had some business to take care of at the hotel in the entertainment district. Another meeting with Minith, I'm guessing. Hey Lloyd, this could be your chance. To speak with them face to face? Probably, yeah. We should head over and check things out. Thanks for speaking with us, Elkin. This was very helpful. No problem. Okay, where's our car? Oops. Entertainment district. They did say they were at the hotel, right? Oh, I guess I never actually even talked to this person. He's getting tutorials in the 3rd chapter. Alright, we'll meet up again tomorrow then. Good talking to you as always. Huh? Wait, aren't you... Pardon us. You're Derek from our Morka village, correct? That's me. There's something I can help you with. I probably should have opened with this, but we're with the Crosswell Police, Special Sports Section. Put your hands in the air. We have a few questions we'd like to ask. That's so. Let me guess, my father sent you here, didn't he? So he even called the police, huh? Huh, that's just rich. He had his reasons. I already know his game. He's snooping around to find out what I'm up to, right? Well, I have nothing to hide. Ask me anything you want. Not what I was expecting. Get straight to it then. We were told that you've been meeting in secret with a man named Minute recently. Why? Oh, whatever. It's not as though my father can do anything about it. Minute has been helping me out with a little project of sorts. It's all part of my plan to revolutionize the village. Revolutionize? Why would you keep something so important from your father? Well-intentioned or not, doesn't it concern him just as much as it does you? I've tried talking to my father about this kind of thing more times than I can count. All he ever has to say is that I've lost sight of our ideals, and that making drastic changes won't solve anything. But if things continue the way they are, a rural village like ours has no future. Real, meaningful reform is the only way for us to keep our Morka alive. My father doesn't understand that. And it was from there that you encountered this Minute character. Unlike my father, he's actually willing to listen to my ideas. In fact, he helped me discover a huge opportunity for our village's apiary. That's how you say it, right? Apiary. I plan on working with him to launch a major enterprise in the near future. Can you even hear yourself right now? Mind your own beeswax. That's all I have to say. It's like, I'm just wondering if that's just a silly word to use, or if it's kind of a pun, since they come from a village that makes honey. You got what you came for, right? I need to get back to the village if you don't mind. That was rather curt. Yeah, he totally blew us off. Let's go talk to Minith. Are any of you thinking what I'm thinking? Maybe we could try speaking with this Minith guy for ourselves. Good call. Maybe it'll give us a better idea of what the Jamok's all about. What do you say we show ourselves in? Here goes nothing. Actually, let me check something. I'm not muted on stream, right? No, I'm not. Okay. Who is it? I didn't order any room service. Excuse me, we're looking for a Mr. Minith. I apologize for bothering you, but we're the police. We have a couple of questions for you. Oh dear, you're police officers. Why don't you say so sooner? Come in, the door's unlocked. This feels almost too easy. Maybe he's more of a wheeler-dealer than we think. Minith wheel, Minith deal. Pleased to make your acquaintance. I'm Minith. What brings you here today? Like I said, we have a few simple questions we'd like you to answer. Will that be alright? But of course, I would be delighted to help an officer of the law. Was there some kind of trouble in the area, perhaps? Not exactly, no. This pertains to you specifically. We want to know more about you and what brought you to Armorica village. Can you start by telling us about yourself? Well, this is a surprise. But seeing as you're police officers, I suppose I have no reason not to cooperate. Oh, we got the detective music. Ahem, to reiterate, my name is Minith, and I'm a corporate executive. What kind of name is Minith? My responsibilities range from product development to sales and operations. I've been visiting Armorica village to secure an important business deal on behalf of the Quincy Company. Did you say the Quincy Company? You heard of them, Mademoiselle? In a sense, the Quincy Company is a famous international confectioner. They're one of the most prominent names in their field. You can even get their products here in Crossbell. Oh, that does sound familiar. I think I used to buy their chocolates as a kid. I always paid more attention to what was in the wrappers than what was on them. That's quite alright, young man. I too was what one might call brand blind in my youth. You see, despite working for the company, I've never been one for sweets. It was my long-standing reputation as an irrefusable salesman, in fact, that led me to my current position. Ah, my apologies. I didn't mean to get us off track with my personal milestones. It's fine, we're the ones who asked. So, about that business deal you mentioned. Would it happen to have anything to do with Derek, the son of the village chief? He told us that it has something to do with the future of the village. Oh, did he now? In that case, I suppose there's no sense in keeping those details under wraps. Yes, Derek and I have indeed built a strong working relationship. We were aware of that much. Could you elaborate? But of course. The Quincy Company is constantly seeking out new opportunities to grow our confectionery business. As such, the head office tasked me with a project to that effect. Our goal is to gain a foothold from which we can expand into Crossbow. In other words, you want to establish a subsidiary of the Quincy Company? Precisely. I began my inquiry by paying a visit to the department store in the city. There I found it. Luxurious, high-grade honey produced in Armorica village. That honey is made with lotus flowers from the village's fields. I do recall Mr. Hayworth praising it for its quality. And he should. That honey is the product of nature's bounty, passed down through the ages for generations. Seeing those fields was like the goddess herself showing me the way to a brand new confectionery venture. I call it the Armorican Honey Company. The Armorican Honey Company? No one's doing a lot of this, huh? Just repeating what the other person just said. Not exactly pushing the envelope, but I won't deny it's pretty catchy. And Randy giving the follow-up, I guess. We plan on selling candies made primarily from Armorica Village's delectable honey. But in order to do so, we will need the full cooperation of the villagers themselves. And so I approached the incoming chief, Derek, with the most magnificent proposal. I asked if he would like to oversee the construction of the factory, as well as the new business enterprise. You offer to make Derek the manager of a Quincy Company subsidiary? Ugh, franchisees. Naturally, my company would make full use of its sales and marketing expertise. The fields, too, would be overseen by our staff. We don't want to cause trouble for the villagers, after all. On the contrary, we wish only to ease their life's burdens. Where do you intend on building a factory, though? After discussing a great many possibilities, I've settled on utilizing the village's private property on our old Armorica Road. Since it has only ever been used for storage, Derek was readily willing to agree to the arrangement. No doubt almost anybody would be under those terms, especially with how keen Derek is on revolutionizing the village. Everyone comes out a winner, isn't that just swell? So glad you understand. In my eyes, Derek's talents and strong sense of responsibility are more than enough to qualify him for the position. With that, I've divulged all that I can. Does that answer your questions? It does. Thanks for your cooperation. I think we have a much better grasp on what's going on in the village now. Is there anything in particular that you would like to discuss further? Not at the moment. No. Sorry to take up your time. We'll be going now. No problem, officers. Come again anytime. Please, take care. Where do we even begin? This is quite a plan they put together. Evidently, Minith is more of a shrewd man. It's more shrewd a man than we took him for. The whole spiel took some untangling, but it sounds like it could pay off big time. Seems too good to be true, honestly. At any rate, I think we've got all the answers we were looking for. Yeah, we gotta tell the chief now. Oh, we just get teleported back. That's nice. I don't believe this. Minith is with the Quincy Company. And then there's this whole Armorican honey company business. This is quite an extensive plan they have, and it involves building a factory on the village's private property, no less. Never did I take Derek as the type to pursue something like this. Has Derek returned to the village yet, by the way? That's right, I don't believe I see him around. He said he'd be returning to the village. Well, I must confess that Derek doesn't come home very often these days. Instead, he's been renting a room for himself at the Ash Tree Inn. I understand Minith has been staying there as well. Perhaps that was Derek's reason for relocating. That way, his plans to industrialize our land could proceed without my knowing. What a shameful excuse for a father I am. Don't be so sure about that. What if moving into the Ash Tree was actually Minith's idea, rather than Derek's? Maybe it was him who was trying to keep you from catching wind of what's going on. What do you mean? I'll let our dashing leader here handle the details. Ignoring the first part, I'll do my best to explain. Is there something more to this than we realize, Lloyd? Keep in mind that I'm only speculating, but I have my suspicions about this Minith character. What do you mean? Why aren't we playing the detective music right now? The plan he laid out for us would supposedly benefit everyone involved. Armorica Village gains a new industry, while the Quincy Company gains a subsidiary in a market they want to expand in. At a glance, it all seems well and good. Almost too good to be true, don't you think? Well, now that you mention it. There's no way good things could ever happen. As another point of concern, consider the ridiculously low price at which Minith sold a new orbital truck to Elkin. In this context, we can think of it as an upfront investment. An orbital truck isn't something you gift to someone at random, not at the prices they go for. I've never heard of one selling for only 50,000 Mira until now. I had to make an effort to read that number. Why? And not tack on extra zeros. What you two are getting at is that he knows he's going to make that Mira back, doesn't he? That is very strange indeed. A company as large as Quincy wouldn't normally invest this much capital into an unproven startup. They wouldn't, would they? I don't like where this is headed. It leads me to believe that Minith has an ulterior motive, one that's guaranteed to make him a profit. This is all just conjecture, of course, but I would still suggest that you keep what we're saying in mind. I will. We'll have to be very careful about how we approach this. And kudos on the fine investigative work, SSS. I feel as though I finally understand what's going on here. Thank you for the help. Happy to, Chief. Are you saying you can handle it from here? We could continue investigating if you like. That's alright. You've done more than enough for now. As soon as I heard about their plans to build a factory on our property, I knew I could never support such a thing. I'll have to speak with Derek later and try to persuade him. Not just as his father, but as a chief. Perhaps that would be for the best. We'll be excusing ourselves then. Don't hesitate to follow up with us if there's anything else we can do. Of course, I'll be sure to call on you again if the need arises. Okay, I think that's it for the quest, actually. Done for now. And they're sort of leaving it open for a follow-up later. Okay. What's next in the docket? Old mine investigation, the counterfeit caper. Let's look into this one. Now, let's see. There is a little caveat for this one. It seems like they'll ask us to choose one of our party members to do this mission with when we start it. And that partner will get some bond points. I'm gonna pick Tio, by the way. So, let's go talk to Raymond. I'll just save first. Thank you for the ride, Noel. Where's I supposed to go again? Administrative district. Raymond, where are you? Is that someone's food? Oh well. That's not Raymond. Or is it Raymond? No, this is Donovan. There's more talking about the monsters we have to kill in this chapter. Where's Raymond? What do you expect after Croix went and proposed independence with half of the continent's leader in the same room? We've got spies coming out of the woodwork, trying to get into Crossville to find out what will happen next. Second Division's been taking on cases that would usually be entrusted to the First Division. Guess everyone's very busy. That's why we had to have this little two-man huddle here. That does explain why the two of you are spending quality time together. Our attempts can lead to some strange bedfellows, eh boys? Shouted Orlando. The point is, it doesn't matter how thin we're stretched. Duty calls, so we'll do what we must. At any rate, you all should focus on what's been tasked to you as well. I've been just ignoring it, doing side quests. Where's Raymond? Is he not here? Oh, Crossville Station. I understood Crossville Police Department or Crossville Police Station for some reason. I'm sorry. How foolish of me. There you guys are. Thank God you're here. You came to help me out, right? Are you okay? Hey Raymond, sounds like you're in a bind. Wait, are you alone? I don't see Inspector Donovan anywhere. Lloyd, we just talked to him. About that, he's kind of wrapped up in something else right now. Anyway, would you mind if I give you a quick rundown? Please do. According to the details of the request, you're after a counterfeit dealer again? Boy, am I. The legal reforms instituted by the new mayor allow us to crack down on this sort of thing. Oh, thankfully. Rather, thank goodness. The 2nd Division's been beefing up its effort against it as a result. Like in the previous game, we did find some counterfeiters and they just slapped them in the wrist and sent them back home. And now that counterfeit dealer has managed to worm her way back into Crossbow. Wait, when you say her... We'd been staking her out for the longest time until finally I caught her in the act again. Wait, are you saying this is the same one who came through Tangram Gate earlier this year? What kind of person does something like that? Oh, that's right, he helped us back when we screened the passengers on that bus. Let's see, how do I describe her? Bat out of hell. Bat out of hell. Foul-mouthed. Frighteningly loud. Surprisingly spry for her age. To sum it up, I'd say she's a bat out of hell. Nice, Lloyd. We're on the same wavelength. I see. I'd love to meet her. I gotta hand it to you, Raymond. Since when were you such a dark horse? Damn fine work catching that slippery old prune again. Yeah, about that. She managed to cut and run in the end. At record-breaking speed even. Things were going so well until then too. Evidently, the old woman refuses to unlearn her old tricks. It's safe to assume our little fraudster is hiding inside the station right now then. Bingo, man, I knew you guys were smart. It looks like she's trying to make a break for Urbonia. I bet she thinks she's already shook us off too. Little does she know, I'm right on her tail. I spotted her over on platform 2, waiting for a train without a care in the world. There's still some time before the next one to the Empire arrives. This is a perfect chance to apprehend her. Pump the brakes there, bud. If it's really all that open and shut, then what the hell do you need us for? Right, so here's the kicker. Since Inspector Donovan's busy, I'm the one handling this case. Problem is, I'm maybe kinda sorta scared. Raymond. Confidence issues aside, it's a fact that you're short of manpower here. Crossbow Station is a large area to cover on your own. If the perimeter isn't secured, she could easily escape. Now you get it. See, I had no choice but to call in for backup. I'm going to need the SSS to lend a hand if I plan on shutting down this counterfeit dealer once and for all. Basically, I need some of you on the lookout to make sure she doesn't run away. I mean, you already caught her once before. Think you can do it again? Bust the counterfeit dealer. Okay, Raymond, I get the picture. We'd be happy to help you out. Oh, awesome. Thanks a bunch. I owe you big for this. So, first things first. Let's figure out who's gonna help make the arrest. Which of you wants to come with me? How do you guys think we should split this up? I think you should assist him, Lloyd. You're the only other detective here. I would be mildly apprehensive about leaving it all up to Detective Raymond. Hey, I'm right here. No, who am I kidding? I can't deny that I'd feel better with Lloyd in tow. Alright, that makes 2 detectives. I think it'd be a good idea to bring one more person for support. The other 4 can stay on lookout duty. Then, in that case, who would you like to join you? Let's bring Tio. You're up, Tio. Understood. The rest of you, keep an eye on the exits. Remember who we're dealing with. Anything could happen. Stay sharp, everyone. And who are these guys? Don't see any sign of them. They may have already boarded the train. We should make haste. They look like Heiwa people. I maybe should have told him to stay, to wait for a second so I could save. Attention all travelers. Pre-departure inspections on the next service to Calvard will be concluding shortly. We ask that you please refrain from boarding during this time. So the train is about to depart. Now, where could our counterfeit dealer be hiding? Pretty sure I spotted the old hack when she slipped her way in earlier. Dealer located! Oh ho, a fellow trader, eh? How was business in Crosswell? Not well, I'm afraid. I had a rough go of it thanks to a business rival impeding my sales. That's rather unfortunate. People like that are a disgrace to our industry. No, I'm sure my own shortcomings were at least partially to blame. That's why I've decided to head to the Empire and make a fresh start. Haha, your mercantile resilience is admirable. You know, perhaps it was fate that we met like this. If you'd like, I could introduce you to some of my connections in Arabonia. Oh my, you'd really do that for me. Oh, thank you, kind sir. I do believe I'll take you up on that offer. Not on our watch. Hmm? It's you! Crossville Police, Special Support Section. Long time no see, ma'am. You're the whippersnappers! Man, I'm having trouble reading. Or speaking, rather. Hi, lady. Perhaps you recognize this munchkin. But you thought you lost us. You're not getting away this time. Wait, what's happening? I don't understand. This woman? A counterfeit dealer? State law has changed since we last crossed paths. We're taking you in on suspicious of illicit business activity. We have the station surrounded. There's nowhere to run, so why don't you make things easy for all of us and turn yourself in? I meet rats. I said bite me, you shit-eating brats! Damn. You're gonna make Tia cry. Holy, what? You cornered me so I couldn't escape, did you? Screw me over once, shame on me, but twice? This is why, despite the police, you're all a bunch of snakes. Says the snake oil saleswoman herself. If you don't want to get caught, then you should have... Wait, then you shouldn't have holed up in the... Who asked you, jackass? So what if I'm surrounded? If you want to take me in, you'll have to catch me first. I don't think I'll ever get used to those words coming out of that mouth. You gotta move, Lloyd. Yeah, right, after her. All exits and entrances are secured, so all you have to do is grab her.